Hey, Soulful family, it's your host, Omai, and my soulful secret is that I am genuinely concerned about our men's mental health. Particularly how coming from the hood can affect your mental health. So today I brought along 3 friends that allow me to listen to their stories about where they come from, how it's affected them, and what we're going to do to learn and grow from it. And of course, we're going to share some of our soulful secrets.
Bro,
I'm ready.
I got my boys with me today.
Hey.
What's up, Luke?
Oh, yeah.
Got 215 God.
It's 215 God. If you ain't heard,
215
ask
God.
around. I'm Eldrick Valentine. You up your grind when I'm around. Yo, we about to make this podcast do one thing. You know what I'm saying? we all know we gonna be here talking about the issues and having a good time and drinking. We poured up one time. You know, I'm gonna get lit. So, you know.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I mean?
What up one time? Bronx Philly vibes. You already know the vibes, you know. Check me out on IG. Let's get it.
215 God, we did this before, but you wasn't on video.
Yeah, I was just there for the audio. You know what I'm saying? This
You see the upgrade?
Niggas
You see the
upgrade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, A1, Day 1.
Day one shit.
All right, today we're going to get a little more serious.
All right.
We good?
I'm listening.
Today we're gonna be a little more serious. If we can be serious, I feel like y'all afraid not. Y'all gonna laugh all this off. But we're gonna talk a little bit about mental health, coming up in the hood, how it affects your mental health, how you feel like it makes you different
For sure.
from people that didn't come up in the hood. I didn't come up in the hood, so
You did?
I did it. I don't know why y'all look so proud like that.
Not like that ass. I
She said
thought
you
so.
I'm just putting it out there so people don't assume that I'm like.
Nah, I like, you know,
And you know-
I thought like Philly, you know.
It's nothing wrong with that. You know?
Nah, I don't think there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with
yeah.
that. I was talking to somebody the other day that knew me for like a couple years now, and I said it, and they was like, "Oh, I thought you did," and I was like, "No, I never said I did." Like,
Honestly, I don't think you ever did. I just assume like whoever's, you know, Philly, whatever, but people like to sit there and claim Philly, but it's not from Philly.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
I just be running with whatever they
Yeah,
say.
most county people do that though.
not me.
for sure.
It's you gotta claim where you raised at, you know?
It is what it is.
It's a different
Basically.
vibe.
But yeah, so I remember Lil and I was having a conversation one time, and you were telling me how you hopped on the trolley and you seen some people and they was chilling and they were like more, I guess, unaware of the surroundings. They wasn't really worried. They was carefree. And you were saying how you wish you could maneuver like that.
No, y'all had said that shit because they hopped on some anime shit, like they was like drunk. I'm like, yeah.
Cosplay.
No, real shit though, like, 'cause in my head I'm thinking like, damn, wish I would be acting like that shit out here. Like they don't think I'm weird or some shit like that. Like,
But it was Goku or something?
bro, they fucking tripping, bro.
They had full costume.
I'm talking about like, no, they swinging on them bars and shit like that. I'm damn.
I didn't know all that.
Yo.
No, real shit. I'm like, yo, they ain't got no give a fucks in the world. Like, they ain't got no cares. Me, I just can't be walking around all loose like that. Like,
Nah, that's not a good vibe.
that's too loose. Like,
But why not?
shit, how I grew up, I can't. Hell no, I don't play around like that. Like, I just started thinking niggas like that. Like, they weird as shit. Like,
Real
that's my
shit.
first instant. Then, the older I got, the more I realized, like, them niggas not weird. Maybe the way I grew up kind of weird because it's like, it conditioned me the way that the thing, like, oh, the motherfuckers living these real truth. It's weirdos type
Yeah,
shit. Like,
it feel like, you know, the way we grow up, like you can be closed off to some stuff, like, but I learned growing up that like there's nothing wrong with just being yourself. I know it's a time and a place to do some stuff like that though.
Yeah.
They might have been out of pocket for that, but like ain't nothing wrong with me. Like if that's what you into, that's your shit. By all means, you go ahead and do it. But like, you know,
But you was expressing how like you kind of gotta keep your eye over your shoulder all the
no,
time.
yeah,
and stuff
fuck
like that.
yeah, like that's how I feel, like especially like I'm from the hood, like for real, like I be around niggas that do shit. I done shit, so it's like ain't like no living regular carefree life like that. Like, even on the trolley, that's why I had to get a car from the rip. I'm like, fuck that. You ain't about to catch me at no bus stops, none of that bullshit. Like,
yeah.
especially, like,
that's the crazy part, 'cause like in New York, it's the opposite. Like, we don't care about being on the train. But you gonna be with your peoples though, like, you ain't gonna get caught lacking, whatever. But like, it's like the train or the bus or a taxi, it's like whatever gets you from point A to point B. But like, just living in the hood and like, just looking at people look carefree, like, growing up in New York, you see a lot of tourists. So like, and seeing them venture into my neighborhood, I'll be like, they must be really on some shit. Like, you be in Harlem on 125th, when you'll see a tour bus riding by and they taking pictures. Like, you like, yo, like, where is I'm living at? Cause like, you looking at that bus like, yo, like, do I feel like a zoo animal? But it's just like the whole hood thing, like, people come there, you treat it like an amusement park and stuff. Like, that's not from there.
Yeah, that's your everyday life. They just, oh, this is just something to see.
Yeah, or so, and some people, like, you know, they grew up in a different aspect. So if they do venture in the hood, cause like the way things going now, a lot of gentrification. So like, everybody is everywhere. So it's like, you don't even know if it's a hood or not. Like, as far as what we grew up in, like, you gotta have this mentality. But now, everybody in there. So it's like, when you look at that, you're like, damn, like, I really wish I could be carefree. But you look at them, but you ain't really focus on them, because you look at them like weirdos. You really focus on everybody else on the trolley, like, and that's the weird part about it. And that's trauma. On some real shit, like.
Yeah.
So you feel like that traumatized you, that you always got to be on alert?
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's like PTSD, like, because you keep reliving a moment that's not really there. And like, anything can trigger it. So like, you seeing people walk on the bus in an outfit, carefree, and you already not intentional on angles, it's just normal to you to be on angles.
Yeah.
And you see that, you like that blows your mind a little bit, because otherwise, you know, if you don't see that, it feel like a regular day. So like, seeing certain things like give you a different perspective on like what it should not be. You know, and that's the crazy part.
So if you feel like you deal with PTSD, right? Do you feel like other people around you acknowledge that it's PTSD?
Nah.
I feel like everybody suffer from PTSD. Like, in some way, shape, form, that everybody do.
Yeah.
They might not acknowledge it, but I feel like everybody do.
Yeah.
Shit, I know I do for sure. Like,
That's why I respect like G Herbo. You know, we made it out on PTSD. Like, it really bringing mental health into like the forefront. Like, because like, seeing certain things, we really normalize it. Like, for instance, like, it could be a shooting on my block. I ain't gonna be hesitate to go outside after the shooting stop. I'm running to that store still. Like,
Right.
I normalize that, but that is not normal.
Yeah, somebody else there snap out there. Oh my God, gunshots.
Yeah, call a cop, all that. Like,
Real Karen shit.
they want the helicopters. They want to see Channel 10 pulling up. Like, they want to see the whole shebang.
It's crazy though, cause like you said, we normalized it. It's almost like we don't look at that as being like something that's uncommon. Like, we see it every day. Like, we can hear gunshots. Oh, that's just another gunshot. We still go do the same things we've been doing. We still moving the same like, and that's kind of weird in itself, cause it's like we so used to like so much fucked up stuff happening that it's like we not even like scarred by it no more. It's like, damn, it's just another day. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not supposed to be normalized. Like, we see people dying.
Nah.
Like Philly, for example, like people die every day, and it's like nobody really feel no type of way about it. Like, yeah, that's just another person. Unless it's like somebody you know personally. Yeah. Like, it's like we should want to come up as a people, like, not to be doing all this shit, but like, I guess everybody had their reasons. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like, was this like May 24th? As far as Philadelphia, shit, like, let's say 30 months in a day for 5 months. That's like close to like 180 days, close to half a year. And Philly homicide murders already passed the how many days in a year so far. So it's like,
I think this shit like 210 right now.
It's like, it's outrageous. So it's like, and you still walk outside, it still feel like a regular day, but it's like there's a lot of killings out there. Like even one time, like I had someone come to my crib, and before they got there, like I swear I heard like probably like 8 gunshots. But I still watched the NFL game. I ain't even look out the window. Like I'm like, so my friend come there. They're like, yo, like your whole apartment, like your crib is all blocked off police tape. I'm like, word? I look out the window. I see everything. I'm like, oh, I heard gunshots like 15 minutes ago, but I didn't care for it because I'm like, I'm not going distracted watching my football game. Wow. And that's the crazy part about normalizing because someone's coming to visit me and I ain't even care. They're like, yo, they shooting in the area.
Right.
And they looked at it as normal too, like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know, they look at it like an excitement, like it's like a little thrill, an unfortunate thrill in the hood. This when shit like that happen, like people will flock to it, but they won't look at it like, how can we change this? They will just look and glamorize it and just on to the next day.
That shit is crazy. It's sad though, cause it's like people outside of the hood that don't like see this all the time. They it's like they want to be from that so bad. They glorify it like, but they don't know the stuff that come with it. Like we really be like traumatized from this. Like we carry that our whole lives. Some of us like, but like they want to be hood so bad. Like it's like
that's because it's all in the songs and all that. But it's what's cool.
Yeah. All right, you want to be hood until your folks dying.
Yeah.
Until like you know what I'm saying, like cops harassing you. And once you get all them vibes, like you want to go back to, oh, I'm not from here, you know, like no, but you was just playing the role, like you.
Yeah.
You know
that
what I'm
shit
saying?
remind me of like when I was growing up and shit. Like, so I had started catching cases like 11. I was hanging with people my age. The niggas I was hanging with was like 16 and 18 and shit. So we used to be drawn like beating up temple students and shit down there and all this little weird shit. So it's just
allegedly.
It's cool, man.
Allegedly.
So one day, one of these niggas I grew up with, he wasn't on that take time. Like he from a big family and all that shit. So he had a good. Like, so he like, yeah, I want to come with y'all. We like, no, bro, we ain't taking no new people with us. This and that. He kept pleading like, no, I'm cool. I want to come. Oh, this nigga older than me. I was like, I said, 18 and shit, 18, 16. I'm 11. My brother 10. We was rocking out with them. We had locked up on Broad and Norris. I'll never forget. They put us on the pay wagon and shit. This nigga said, not me. I go to church. They made me do it.
Wow.
So when he said that shit, we all just looked at that nigga like, you serious, guys? Like,
but he wanted to be down on some shit.
Dog. That shit made me high. I ain't talked that nigga since.
And
I would say his name, but like,
that wasn't thorough though. Like that.
And I don't know why people want to be from like the hood, like, cause when, for instance, like where I work at, like where I speak to people that want to claim they from the hood, and you start getting some deep stories, they just look at you like, and then everybody just goes silent because they can't relate to it. So they ready just like, all right, I'm gonna end I want to be in the hood conversation because, you know, we could all start spitting out stories. But the people that want to be from the hood, not saying they have to tell a story, but the realization hit them like, I never did anything close to what these people did. Like, I'm from a different hood. So
that's why I used to be a little standoffish at work. I'm like, I used to listen to people's stories. I'm like, what type of make-believe shit is you talking about? What hood are you from that shit happening like that? And like, you did that and that happened? Exactly. Ain't that happening like that? Oh shit, yeah. It's like that. So I used to be like standoffish from that shit. I noticed I ain't really talk to niggas and shit like that at work because it's like, I really can't relate for real. Like, especially when the ones that be talking that shit, I'm like, bro, you gonna leave that alone right there. Like,
oh my, you already know the vibes, man. I keep it a bang, like.
Nah, I mean, I understand what you're talking about because even in the county, I've definitely witnessed people trying to be like harder than what they was. But I mean, you know, shit always comes to like when you get called out on your shit or somebody really pull up on you acting crazy, you'll see who really about it, who not. I mean, I ain't from it. My family from it, so I definitely learned to stay in my place at an early age.
It's not even a knock to like the county people, whatever. Like everybody get.
I'm not knocking nobody,
shit,
but be you.
That's the main thing.
Be yourself. I'm stop trying to front for people out here. Like what you got to prove, like.
The only reason it's the issue is when you fronting, but you picking on the next person who's not fronting. That's the issue.
Yeah, like, you know, being from the hood, like, you move forward, like, make it past 21 and all that. Like, I'm talking about to the 30s where you know how to just let a lot of that hood stupidity shit go where you won't get into no wild situation.
You got to.
And when you listen to people that's talk and trying to be like they quick to pop off, you like, you look at them like, nah, bro, like, you just a waste of time. You know, it's just like a lot of people just like to just pop, but they ain't gonna react on it. And like, and I can see that from a mile away, cause like, even in the hood, you got people like that. And them people, they get put down real quick. Like, all that talking is a waste of time. Like, and that's how I be feeling. So like, when people talk that shit, like, I be looking at them like, really? Like, you know what? We thought it was joking because, and then when I thought it was joking, everybody started hee-hawing. I'm like, yeah, they not real. Like, just keep it moving. Like,
oh, that's how it should be. Cause you hear people talking that shit, people talking crazy. Like, yeah, I do this and that, but you like, yo, I'm in the hood. Like, niggas that really do shit, they not on no tough shit.
Yeah,
they the coolest niggas alive.
Yeah.
They be funny as shit. They be like,
when
this nigga shot somebody before?
Yeah, like when shit go down, they see a different beast. They see a monster, like, and they be like, yo, I didn't even know you get down like that. But you gotta understand, like, that's where the trauma coming. You gotta sit there and you know how to focus. You know, I'm gonna keep this energy over here because I'm in a different space. And then when people want to talk about, oh, like, nah, you could bring it 24/7. They like, nah, they don't really want that. They just talking that hot shit, and they in a safe space talking that hot shit. That's another thing. They be in a safe space, and it's like, don't need to try to showboat. Like, one, I can tell you, like, I'm not from Philly,
right?
So when our mom moved out here, like, she moved out into some wild parts. So when I speak to people, and they not from those parts that we unfortunately was living in, we moved to Philly, or they nowhere close, I'm like, what are you saying then? Like, I don't hear anything you saying, because like, when we came down here, like, it was like wicked, like in 2005, like, I think that was like the highest homicide rate for
That'd
you
be
had.
like 07 then. I mean, no, 06. 06 was
Yeah,
crazy.
05, 06, yeah.
05, 06, yeah.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so
I was outside
Point Breeze. I was living in Southwest, going to West Philly. So like, every day I'm hearing, and like, it was different. So like, I don't waste my time out here. Like, I know I ain't from Philly, but I can adapt because, you know, I went from one hood to another hood. It ain't like we went from the hood to the suburbs. We just went from one hood to another hood. Different mentality, but you learn how to adapt because, you know, if you know how to like stay on your own 10 toes in the hood, then you can adapt in any hood, because just don't be a follower. And that's what I be listening to you. I'm like, that sound like followers, bro.
Do you feel like stuff like that affects your family upbringing as well? Like, if your family would have been brought up somewhere else, like maybe your parents would have reacted differently or brought y'all up differently or something?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I think the environment definitely change how you bring up your kids and all that, how they perceive life and stuff like that. Yeah, like if you come up in the hood, you grow up in the hood, you going to do hood shit. It just come with it. But like, when you do come up and you elevate from that, you gotta just like, you gotta know to separate it. Like, you could be from the hood, don't be on the hood shit all the time. Like, you can't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it can still be in you. You can still have that I guess you could say that toughness that come with the hood shit. But at the same time, like, you gotta know when to cut that shit off when you got your interview. You trying to make some money. You trying to negotiate your business moves and all that. You can't be doing that. Like, that's what I just want my folks to do. Like,
well, you know the crazy shit? The people that's not for the hood, they get away with that shit.
What you mean? Think so?
They can act all like ghetto ratchet or try to beat their chest up to people and stuff. Yeah. And you look at it like, Like, that's not even a real situation.
Yeah.
But they get away with it. Like, you know, but the people that's, like, we'll have a different reaction from them. So that's why they get away with it. Because, like, they think popping, talking, that's not what it's about. So, like, it's wicked.
Yeah, the main ones, they be the softest one.
Yeah.
Just talking crazy all the time. Like, you talking
like
the game.
You feel like your reaction would be more dramatic, more drastic?
Oh, no, it would be. Cause like the way I grew up, and like it stuck with me as a kid. Like my pops drilled in me. Like if people gotta talk shit to you, that mean they ain't trying to do nothing. And then on top of that, they disrespect you, so it's punching in the mouth. So like when people talk shit, like that's what be going through my head. Like, and that's why we talking about like certain things. You know, it's not cool for like, you know, to teach a child like. To where if somebody disrespects them, just be violent to make sure, you know, your pride ain't affected, whatever. So like, and that's another thing in the hood, like it's a pride thing. Like everything is run off of pride. So like the disrespect always gotta be at like a zero tolerance. So like when I hear that, I be like, my reaction would be over the top, but I be like, you know what? We pause, let it run its course. I'm not even gonna respond because I don't use words. I get physical, but so I just rather just let it go.
That's why to this day I don't know how to argue for shit, bro.
Same way with you, bro. Like
I don't know how to argue for shit.
People don't understand that. Like I don't do the argument. Like let's get to it. Like
no,
I don't argue either.
I don't be too much with the word.
You see, like,
I don't be with the wordplay shit. Man.
So yeah. So when you hear people.
That's what you trying to do.
Like, like for instance, like it was a video that just went viral with T.I.'s son or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just seen that joint.
He running his car to get something and trying like he tough, bro. You trying to run in your, bro? You're not even making it to the door yet.
He said, yeah.
You see the area where he was at.
That's the thing about it.
His people recording. Well, first of all, recording on me. So
that's another.
He's just smooth on camera.
But
So
the crazy thing is, like he probably had something to prove though, because they know he come from that background. He got money. His folks got money, so he probably had to prove that he wasn't sweet because of it. Man.
That ain't the first time I saw him get into some shit, yo. I think I saw another video somebody tried him before, like.
Well, we be in the mix.
Yeah, I think it's the same boy. He be getting this shit a lot. Like this is.
And
maybe because he look albino, right? I don't know.
And that's the sad part. Like my children, I don't like how I was raised and like the teachers I got. I don't give them none of that. Like I'm scared to let my children outside because they'll probably get beat up. You know, like so. There's a difference on how I raise them. Like so, like. But I think with celebrity children and having their fathers or mothers be from the hood, they feel like they're a part of it when they never stepped foot on that soil.
They ain't had the same struggles.
Just live your life. You know you're gonna be able celebrity, people gonna flock to you, but don't try to act like your parents. Like you look like a fool.
Like
cause
somebody like a celebrity son, what's the boy, Jaden Smith? I feel like he just lived his truth. Like you know what I'm saying? He ain't on no tough guy shit.
Yeah, that's how
know where he come from.
The Smiths. That's how they raise all their children. Be carefree. Y'all don't gotta worry about the stuff I grew up with.
Yeah, don't try to don't even try to fraud. Now,
I don't know. I'm looking wrong with y'all. Who parent really told them not to live carefree? I know my parents, like, they told me, like, do what we want to do. I feel like outside made me what it was. I don't think it was my parents.
They give me like principles.
They give me principles like you never like tell, snitch, all that shit like that. But like that's still living carefree. Like I think the character building me came from outside, like outside experiences for real. So my mom tried to shield me from certain shit for real.
Some things you can't.
I was one of them kids. I need to see this shit. Like
right.
Like I need to see this shit. Like I'm probably my mom's most troubled fucking child to this day. Like.
Bro.
For what reason? I don't know. Like I be trying to figure shit out now. Like
that's that airy shit.
Like even when I be going to therapy, like my therapist asked me, why you think you say it like that? I don't know. Like dead ass, or was it because like my pop wasn't around? Can't be that. Like because I was dirty. I probably had something to prove to go extra harder. So I don't know what made me feel like I had to do all the extra shit. Like when I think about shit, like. All right, boom. I caught my first case at 10, but I got locked up consistently at like 11. So my first case was I punched my principal in the mouth.
Oh
He
shit.
said, "Oh, he was talking crazy." Like, no, cause he talking crazy. I remember I had teed off on somebody. He's like, "Oh, you won't do that to such and such." I'm like, "You got me fucked up."
He was
Like,
testing you.
The principal said it?
Yes. We in the office. The person had the name of school for treating shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie. He's like, "Oh, you won't do that to such." I'm like, "You got me fucked up." So he said, "Son, he trying to restrain me." I just capped it. Boom. Got booked. They had me in a little holding job. So that's the first time I knew niggas was selling crack though. That's crazy about it. And when I'm in there, it's other young boys in there. That's when I'm in here for. I said, "Crack my principal." Yeah, I'm like, "What y'all in here for?" Our house got raided. I'm like, "You got the same age as me." Like, what y'all doing? Like, why was it in school type shit? Like, that's why I noticed, like, yo, shit really real there every other time after that. I was like, man, this shit is normal now. Like,
yeah, and that's how it starts. Stuff just get normalized. Like, as a young kid, like, you see so much outside, and your parents may just be like, yo, go outside, get some air, have fun. But when you walk out there, you're in the neighborhood, you see everything.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to have fun, so you're looking at everything, and you may not process it like, yo, this is criminal activity. But to you, you're like, yo, I'm trying to have fun. Because, you know, it's just like running the school halls and having security chase you. Now you're looking at the cops like, you don't look at them in a bigger picture. You're like, yo, they trying to ruin my fun. So, like,
Yeah.
you always, like, treating the energy like I want to duck and dodge them, but that's how it start off. And then as you get older, it's like two roads you're going to take. One, you're going to, like, leave the street mentality shit alone and just be regular, or take the street mentality and see where you go with it. Because, like, you can't take both roads. And, like, that's the shit in the hood. Like, so, like, that shit really add a lot of pressure and trauma, because, like, now them teachings and principles is stuck with you. Like, now you working, you gotta deal with people. Like, customer service in any job is number one. And, like, the customer gotta be right. Where I come from, I don't care about the customer being right. But you gotta keep it 9 to 5 so the customer right.
You think that's anything that's gonna stay embedded in you, or you think that's something you could, like, outgrow?
No, you gotta outgrow it. You gotta outgrow it.
I don't know. I think the street shit, it got its benefits. Like, you know what I mean? It keep you, like, I feel like you ain't gonna be playing for no sucker out here if you keep that in your mind. Like, you gonna always be on top of your shit. You gonna have your guard up with some stuff. You're not gonna be easily fooled by people. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, it's not completely bad. And plus it builds your character. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Question everything. Like,
yeah, like
no trust.
Some people they fall for anything. Like,
no, that shit do affect you a little bit though, because you gotta think about even relationships, like being like now, like I'm learning, like, yo, I'm not affectionate for shit, because nobody like really when you outside, nobody affectionate to you, like, so you the learning of feel and appreciate somebody else's feelings, like, kind of hard sometimes. Like, I be better on that shit now, like, cause I'm like, damn, like, I'm all for self sometimes, cause I'm like, if I ain't got me, nobody else got me type time. So even when I'm in a relationship, like, I can't even feel like her pain that I might be causing her from me being so stubborn and shit, or not knowing how to be affectionate and shit. I only know I was taught for at the end of the day.
Let me write that down for future reference.
No, that's a fact.
Like,
right?
that's serious. Like, I only know I was taught, so I don't know how to give love 100% probably.
Or just like trusting people just off the rip. Like,
everybody
I meet, it's like, you know, I can be chill with you too, shit, whatever, but at the same time, I'm still watching your actions, your behavior, because it's like, you know, I want to know if I can speak to you about some real shit, or I just gotta just keep it cordial with you and just, so like, that's another issue, because like, when you get in relationships, everything is on guard. You don't know if she ready to fool you or not.
Right.
And you apply like certain things, elements to it that don't even have nothing to do with the relationship. Yeah. You like, damn, like, You ain't trying to line me up.
First thing you say when you get in an argument with your girl, I ain't no bitch. The first thing you say, like, I ain't no bitch. Like, or you get in an argument, your first, even that deep, go get somebody for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, you know how many like, I'm gonna keep real, you know how many times I done said that shit. Like, man, I love you. Like, I don't really want to do that to your foot. I don't even want that to go nowhere.
It's just a natural reaction.
It's just a natural reaction because I'm like, all right, growing up outside, I never argued with a female like a day in my life. And so if it ever came to that point, I'm not gonna hit a female and that shit. Yo, go get somebody for me.
And that's how I am.
Like, and then it's like, damn, why I'm saying that to her? Like, I don't really feel that way. So it's like, I guess growing up like that make you like your heart full of fucking pride. They ain't gotta be there all the time. Like
the pride shit is like it's the killer in the hood. Like people don't understand. Like you know we raise your pride. Don't let nobody punk you.
Right.
Nobody take your money, your lunch. Even when it comes to your little brothers and sisters, like you gotta defend their honor. Yeah, you can't let nobody disrespect your family. So it's like everything you defending to make sure nobody cross any boundaries to make you feel like you soft. So like you have to experience that into whatever point you get into your older life where you feel like, yo, like it's not even that serious. And then you can start letting things go. Cause like I know people like you can't even joke with them. Like, bro, if you joke with them and you don't know them, they really trying to pop off.
Yeah.
Like my man's one time, rest in peace, he's waiting for his bread and niggas was trying to go out. He like, yo, why you gotta wait for this nigga for his bread? He walked up to him like, yo, I'll take your money. So it's like shit like that. Like you can't joke with some people because it's like a pride thing. Like they can feel disrespect at every level, and that is trauma. That is PTSD. Because like he's just trying to go out and have fun. He's telling you to hurry up, but you looking at like he disrespecting you. Now you want to take his money. So like I don't know how we got there, but.
Right. People be going through shit like you never know. Like you can't talk to everybody every kind of way because you never know what they've been through in their life.
Mm-hmm.
They could have some type of traumatic experience, and you talk to them a certain way, and then they ready to kill you because like you know what I'm saying you done triggered some shit that happened to them like 10 years ago, and you don't even know. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta just let people breathe. Like you know, if I don't know you. I'll say hello, you know, dap you up to show love, because one, I ain't no punk, so like, you know, I go anywhere. So, you know, I step in any circle, like, I don't care. But other than that, like, nah, I watch you from afar to see how you be, see how you move. You know, if I can vibe with you, I'll vibe with you. If I can't, on to the next. You know, shit get weird real quick.
That's why, because I was having a conversation with a girl before, and she's like, I was telling her like, yo, like my friends, like you maybe need some new friends. I'm like, yo, it's so hard to meet. Me and a nigga is hard to make nigga friends. I'm keeping real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100% real. Bro, we all work together. How long it took me to talk to y'all some answer and shit, bro? Like it felt so unnormal to do, cause I'm like, I ain't no Joe ass nigga. Like you like, fuck the niggas. This is so many thoughts going through your head, like, man, no, I ain't doing that. Like, so I be trying to explain to her, like, it's different for girls. Like, y'all got multiple shit. Like, I feel like girls, they got, like, real relationships anyway. So I feel like y'all relate to...
No,
I feel like y'all relate to, like, bullshit. Like, y'all probably see, oh, girl, your hair cute, da. I think the most surface conversation a nigga can have is, yo, bro, her ass fat. Like,
yeah.
But that's all y'all really talk about.
Or
and sports.
Or some street shit.
Or some street shit. And it's like, man, like, I don't know. I never had a relationship at work form outside of work. Talking to niggas. But talking to the females are always, like, formed like that, though.
Yeah. So like, you want to make sure the dude is solid. Like, you don't want no... Okay, for instance, like, on my... Like, I'm into anime. Put it like that. But anybody if I meet somebody out of work and we like, yo, bro, let's link up, nigga, you ain't putting on anime or talking that shit off my ear, bro. I'm interested in it, but we ain't doing that. We gonna hit the bar up and chill. So you got to really see what type of person you chilling with. Like if I'm into anime and that's my man's, And I'm like, yo, let's link up and do something. We not putting on anime. That's dead. Like we going
date at that point.
Nah, it's not. We going too far. But like with women, they can link up on anything. Let's go have a slide day, you know. Let's do this, do that.
They don't even know each other.
Yeah,
everybody. Don't even know
we
each other.
joke.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all can gel easier as far as us, cause like even if we on the same, if we have the same interests. No,
but what about playing on the game? Y'all be playing 2K and shit like that.
Nah, I ain't
gonna hold you.
We gonna be on. He gonna be in his crib. I'm gonna be in my crib.
That's an online thing. You play 2K? Yeah, I play 2K. All right.
Let me get you username. I'll holler at you. You ain't pulling up to my crib. Think we want 2 players? This is not the 90s. We ain't playing Street Fighter. You got your Xbox. I got my Xbox.
But that's on the surface shit.
But that's a divide still because we still not chilling together.
Yeah.
We over a microphone.
I mean, I don't think I'll be that friendly with people.
But you can have a little girly date if you want to.
Yeah, like a little drink or whatever. If we doing a spot that we really like, our relationship is solid at this point. Might side out for a birthday party or something. That's a drink.
Well, how many times you done had a conversation with another female? It's like, oh, I think we should go out and get drinks or something like that you barely knew.
I mean, I usually get the invite. Am I going? I don't know.
Cause they get
they about like it's like
I see what you're saying.
I'm like, yo, bro, let's go get a drink. On this nigga, like,
I get it.
I don't
know you thinking like.
I get it.
I think y'all just be one like take the cute pictures with somebody. Like,
go do a selfie.
She cute. I'm gonna take a picture with her, get her a little clout or whatever.
Yeah,
it's gonna be my clout.
She on my level.
Yeah, that's it. Look.
Yeah, I was trying to bring another female in on this, but it didn't work. But you gotta ask somebody else because I be on the same shit. Like I don't like being around people I don't feel safe around, protected around. Like I really gotta know you got my back. Like for real.
That's how I should always be though.
That's a fact.
You gotta feel people out before you hang out with them and shit. Like,
Shit, cause I had somebody run on me before.
I told everybody I hang with, I'm like, bro, if you run on me, I catch up to you. We fighting. Yeah, I'll fight you with swollen out and all that. I don't really care. Like we gonna get this.
No, back to this anime shit. So you're not gonna talk to a nigga about this anime? You talk about it? Would you talk about it, or say somebody you met at work? You gonna talk about it?
No, we have a conversation at work, but we not gonna be pulling up like having like a
anime
Dragon Ball Z hour. Yeah, we only watching the first episode of Dragon Ball Z season starting now. We ain't doing that.
Binge watching this shit.
No,
how long it gotta take you to get there though?
Never.
Oh, it's never gonna get there.
Nah, it's never gonna get there.
No, like
only with your day one.
I don't know if it's
just my day ones, but you have to really. I have to really bring you in my circle, and you have to bring me in your circle where we get to that space. But like, we can't have a mutual interest for anime and think I'm gonna vibe with you. Nah. That's like a talking point.
I feel like that's super rare. Like you get that tight with a coworker. You know what I'm saying? Like I see me before I even start working at this job or whatever. With any job, I always had my day ones outside of work. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. So when I see other people I just meet, I be like, yeah, you cool, whatever. But like I already got a foundation for like 10 years, so like I don't even see like why we would even like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some people you really vibe with like that. Some people they had the same interests as you. They want to make the same business moves as you, and y'all link up like that.
I made really good friends at work with her.
Yeah, I mean that's cool too. Like
now you can. It's just like, you know, it's just some people just not gonna meet that standard of how you want to move, and like even like speak about things because you know you don't want nobody you speak to and you think is cool, but they ready to run their mouth about what y'all talked about to anybody, and now you find out from the third and fourth person.
That's that trust factor right there, man.
That was beef at work.
And that's the main thing with meeting people is a trust factor. So like the whole hood perspective, like overall is about trust, pride, you know, and just feeling like if you could be compatible with someone that you don't even know from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
So if all three can line up, then it's just like, just gonna be on some cordial high and by. Like,
you think people think like that everywhere, or you think it's just from how you was raised?
I see how it was.
Is that a man mentality or is that a hood mentality?
I would say
That's a hood
Might
mentality.
be hood.
I see other like niggas that's not from the hood. They click like this.
Yeah.
Like no whole bars that they clicking.
I feel like I click the most with the hood niggas.
And I be trying to like talk to some people because like I'm well versed in like a variety of things. Like I'm open minded.
Yeah.
So like I can talk to people with certain things, but as the conversation go on, and then like you gotta add other elements to give your perspective to it, they get lost quickly. So that's what causes the divide. Is like they can't fully relate to you on everything you're talking about. So it's like it's just like the conversation just go left. Soon as like I get past the mutual interest things, like they can't relate no more. So you trying to continue talking to them, now it's like listen, like yo, like
maybe this person ain't school.
yeah, like no, like this person too dangerous to be around. Like
It's a crazy thing. That's how me and my right hand man we met. I met this nigga in 9th grade. I didn't like this nigga. Like dead ass. I ain't like him. He came to school, this nigga all smiling and shit, like bitches in his face and shit. Like he had this smiling like, yo, cuz look weird and shit. That's all day talking to my man in class that I knew already, like, yo, like, let's punch on this nigga. Like, dead ass. Let's punch on this nigga, like. Long story short, becoming cool as shit. Like, we talking about something like, cause in high school I used to sell weed and shit, so he used to be at the table, he used to give me traps and shit. I'm like, oh, little cuz cool. So when I got kicked out of Bartram, I went to South Philly High. That nigga there too. Like, oh shit. So we linked up. That's one person I can say I linked up with, like, outside of my block that, like, was cool as shit. Like,
I posted with the South Philly High.
That shit was like,
I'm good.
I guess that's the only time that shit happened. Like,
But that's the only time, and then in high school.
Yeah, cause like high school, that's the last time I made a friend that wasn't from my block. Like that, like high school.
A close friend or a friend?
No, he that's my brother now. Like take time, like I fought with him one of the niggas I knew more than him. Like
that's the crazy part, yo.
You got somebody like that that's solid, man. You stick with him, man.
Cause that's the thing.
You know who you can trust. You know where to love at, man. A lot of people they not sturdy, bro. Like, they just not.
So like me say like for like my man's, we went to high school together. Like one of our connections, like my father's side of the family from Honduras. He from Belize. So like that was like an instant connection. How we like started talking. But like he cool. He my man's to this day, and like. But what made him and me closer, like one day we had a fight in Central Park and shit, like, cause like
that
me.
Sound like a movie.
look, it was real, cause like I'm big off pride and like I don't take disrespect kindly. And he was just playing around too much and shit, like, and he gave this girl my book bag. It was like my brother's book bag. I had like it was like a velour suit, like the Dallas Mavericks and some shit. But I had like the top jacket in my book bag. And the shorty just like threw the shit on the lake and shit. So I'm like, yo, bro, you gave her my book bag, now we gotta fight. And he thought it was bullshit.
Like the fade.
Like I was just swinging on him, but I didn't want to fight with my mans, but we did fight, but I told him like I spoke to him like, yo, like you gave the girl my book bag and that's why I fought you. But like he like, nah, it's cool, you understand. And we still cool to this day, like, and it's wicked, like, he in Connecticut, I'm in Philly, but he got family like live close to the airport, so like I can link up with him sometimes, like. But it's like, there's certain people that you meet that you can feel like, yo, I can feel like he like a brother or a distant brother that you can still vibe with and call. Like, and that's the thing, like, some people you just have to, like, if you real with me, we could go through some issues and we go overcome it, But like,
ain't that funny how niggas can fight and we just be respectful afterwards?
Yeah. And that's
you gotta have it now. I feel like you gotta have it.
That's what makes best friends. If y'all could rumble out and put y'all feelings on the table and just let it go, y'all gonna be cool.
Females, whenever he don't get this that's for life. Like y'all
get an argument. That's
fuck your weave.
So man, my man, we had a rumble one day. We playing ball. One of the old heads where everybody sent a drink. Like but it was like, yo, don't put your mouth on that, bro. This nigga put his mouth on the juice.
Oh.
I kept this shit off. Like, yo, they're like, yo, bro, we cool on, bro. You put your lips on that shit, bro. I ain't drinking off you. Yo, we started rumbling.
I popped it.
Like that shit escalated far as hell too. We still cool though.
And that's the love part about it, like, you know. And that's the thing, like, you know, we always want to give love, but we just don't want to feel like being betrayed. Like, you will give everybody mutual respect, but it's just like, it's
so that's my pride right there. I had exact words like, yo, bro, don't put your lips on that shit. When he did that shit, like, bro, you damn bitch.
Yeah, that's the thing, like,
like, bro, right, like, you damn
your
bitch.
mans can know that and be like, still test you. It's like testing your gangster, like, and they don't really care sometimes. They'll oppress you just to see what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't want, it's a weird way to say it can make friendship grow even stronger, but it's a weird feeling, like, you know, they won't do it again because they know you're going to fight them, you know.
Right.
So it's like
I feel like friendships should get tested, though, more often, though. You think about it, like, if say you got a nigga around you this whole time, you think he's solid, like on some regular street shit, you find out this nigga a rat.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
that's a wicked vibe.
fuck, like,
he was around you the whole time.
Man, I saw you do shit before.
That's
like,
the crazy part about it. And that's
and I'm like, nigga, you told? I thought you was the toughest nigga in the world. Like, that should be so heartbreaking. Like, and then you like, damn, like, that should really have your trust fucked up. Like, damn, like, so who really 100 when shit really get dark? Like,
I mean, people, they got different reactions under pressure, man. Like, you might think they solid, but some real shit happen, and got some real consequences, you gonna start fooling.
Why you think it should get tested more often, though?
Cause it revealed a lot of shit. Like,
it does.
Like, even like growing up, I see the home these certain people I hung up with. Cause it's like, you ever think like when bitches start coming around, you wanna start joking, you wanna start playfighting. It's like, bro, you doing the most right now, bro. Like, why you like? It be some like low key like hating shit. Like,
yeah.
I only had a homie one day tell me like, yo, I don't know why bitches like your fat ass. Bro, I swear to God, he said that to me. I just laughed it off. I'm like, like, damn, bro, what you mean though? Like, what you mean? Where that come from? Like,
see, like that shit right there, I'll look at it like it's some hating shit. Like, cause I like, cause when you like, yeah, I get bitches, and you're like, what you think? Nigga, like, but they want to look at like, yo, I'm skinny or look healthier. Like, why you? No, it's how you move. That's why you.
They ain't got nothing to do with it though. Like,
yeah, it's how you move.
You get bitches, you get bitches. Like,
that's what I always thought. Like,
like, I mean, you got.
And we a little heavy on the B word.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that be the vibe. But like with some people, you just gotta let them know, like, you know. And them type of people, I don't really bang with. Like, if you ain't trying to see me glow and shine every moment, or trying to big me up, even if you trying to be funny about it, nigga, still big me up. Like, I'm not banging with you after that. Nah, it's a dub. Because like, what we doing here? I don't want to be in competition with you, because that's what it's gonna turn into. You looking like, yo, like,
never the competition, man. I don't do the competing out here, man.
Nah, that's a dub. I don't know how people live off that, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Nah. It's like they're really getting competition. I don't got time for that. I'm good. I'm satisfied where I'm at. So if you want to compete, do that with the next nigga. I'm good. It's too much.
It's not a competition anyways. We compete, I'm gonna win. But
that's a fact. That's the thing about it. Like, you don't want to entertain it. You like, come on, like, what we doing here, man? Like, you worrying about the wrong shit right now. Like, get your life together. But I don't know why people move like that. It's weird. Like, focus on yourself.
all right, so what we doing for the mental health? For we urge people for therapy, against therapy.
Yeah, you know, I'm all for that shit.
Therapy is key.
Like this shit.
I still feel like I need it. Shit.
Therapy is key because everybody need to talk something out. You know, if you would talk your issues out, it may not be with a therapist, but trust me, it feel like sometimes you be in your head like, yo, I know I ain't bugging. And you just trying to break that shit down every other way. But once you talk that shit out, it's like everything would start to click. Okay, I probably was bugging a little bit. You just need a different perspective and hear it actually from somebody else's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that will start to help you resonate with your thoughts. Cause like, containing your thoughts to yourself is like, it can be overwhelming. So like, that's another thing in the hood. Like, we feel like, everything is meant off being strong. Like, you probably don't need no support, whatever and shit. Cause one, you feel like you can't trust nobody to open yourself up, to let them in, to just be an ear for you just to let some of that shit off your chest. So like, therapy, speaking that shit out is very key and vital. A lot of people should do it. Or even like just speak to anybody, like, you don't have to put the actual, meaning of what you're trying to say, but you can walk around it, get it out. They can definitely help you.
No, I feel like therapy is more than just like talk to a regular person.
No. I know it's just like if some people don't know how to get to that point to get a therapist or just believe in it. So if you can take baby steps just to get someone to hear you out, you'll start to understand you probably need someone that won't.
So my pop been telling me that shit for a minute. He like, yo, you should go to therapy. I go. Listen, I don't know what you talking about. So the time I did go, first session, I'm that bitch crying. I'm like, he asked me shit. He like, yo, like, you grew up like this, da da da. He like, that shit ain't normal. I'm thinking that shit like, you bugging. Nigga, this is regular shit to me. Like,
yeah.
And he like, no, this ain't normal. You was dealing with this and that. I'm like, what? Fuck it. I'm just start crying. Like, man, I'm still taking tough. Wiping it. I'm good. Like, you need it, man? Like, no, I'm straight. I was like, damn, like, I'm really harboring a lot of this shit. Like, I'm like, man. And this stuff from like, people don't really realize, like, when you young, they the most precious times where shit stick to you. Like, any negative thing you done heard about you or anything that got done wrong in your life. I'm talking about young. Like, this shit, I remember from like when I was like 5, I remember arguing my pop and my mom had. That shit affected me like type time. I ain't gonna lie. It's like little shit like when I was young, I told you I was like bad as shit. Like, that same person would keep saying like, nigga, you gonna die before you 18. So I remember like I cried my 21st birthday, like the bitch ass niggas out of me dead, but like
that's crazy to see.
He like,
that's different.
He like, yeah, you no, like people used to say shit a lot though to me. I didn't know why I was so angry. Like my papa said it to me like, yo, like if you don't talk to nobody, you gonna kill somebody. Like, cause whatever bothering you, like that shit. Like I remember
it's gonna eat you up inside.
I was rumbling my brother. I kind of blacked out on him and shit. Like, I'm like, damn, like this shit drawn. Like, what the fuck am I so mad about? Like,
it makes you tense.
Yeah.
Like, the more tense you get, like that's why I say like even if you like someone will put you on like, yo, go see a therapist, and if you don't know the right route to take to get to one, sometimes just like if you got someone close, like I do believe like just try to talk about it to some degree to alleviate some of the tension. Because like that alleviating some of the tension can let you know like, yo, okay, I am bugging. Like I need to get some of this off my chest and stuff. And like going from the childhood to adulthood, like a lot of that can be just like really set in stone where, that emotional feeling just stuck there always. Any given moment, like you get in a situation that's a little hostile to get you going, that shit was like triggering and you just like, you don't even know. That's why like, you can speak to someone close, a loved one, or get you a therapist, whatever, like, it's best to talk it out because your thoughts in your mind will have you bugging the fuck out. Like,
I feel like you gotta be careful who you talk to though.
Oh no,
because a lot of people they just tell you what you want to hear. Like they be biased and shit with what they say, all type of shit. I feel like with a therapist they be unbiased. They'll tell you what you need to hear. Like, look, like you really tripping for real. Like
yeah, calm your ass down.
Yeah, like people really
take some of these Xannies, man. Go take some sleep.
Right.
I'm just joking about that. He's joking about
Yeah,
but,
man.
No, it's beneficial, you know.
Well, my experience I had within like the last year, I peeped that like the people I was venting to was, I don't know, I kind of felt like they was taking what I was saying for some tea. Cause like it wasn't staying where it should have stayed. It was kind of getting gassed as well. So I was like, damn, like that hit me hurt because it was people I thought I was, solid with telling my stories with. So that's why I had to take a step back. Last time we spoke, I was like, that's how I realized, like, you doing a little too much talking. You might want to just keep that between you and God. But even that gets hard, riding it out and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, let me go find another therapist because I got to place this somewhere. Somebody got to take this off of me.
You grab it here, like, and that's the thing, like, some people you think you really cool with, and you try to, like, create a good space with them. And that's the whole point about trust, like, and that's the shit that, like, really bugs you out growing up, like, that's vital. Because where we grow up at, like, we looking at everybody as a potential enemy. So when you try to build trust with someone and they can't really give you that, it should really breaks you down because you're like, damn, like, I try to be vulnerable a little bit with someone that I believe that they can listen, and that is not the case.
Right, that make the trust even worse. Like you start.
Yeah.
Like.
Now, I really do need someone, a therapist and shit, like someone that's gonna be obligated to keep them secrets and privacy to themselves, like. But that's why I say, like, someone that's a loved one, someone that that will be willing to just listen to you, like, And some of them people be like the people don't even communicate with much.
You create that body though, I think about all these killings that are going on. These little niggas doing that shit, like.
Yeah, I was just saying that earlier too.
Yeah.
Like, these little niggas, I think about how many people that they can't even talk to, like, they mom on dope, pop, book, like. They gotta fend for themselves. So who do you trust when you young? Especially like even me. Like I used to think that all the time. My brother, he was the person that really knew shit that I went through for real. Like he's like right there beside every step. My mom didn't even know shit was going on. My dad didn't even know shit going on. Like I remember I almost died at school one day. I ain't died because I'm scared to shoot. His brother told me to shoot me. Like I remember this shit like it's dead, like clear as day. According to my block. Like, couple minutes before, 30 minutes before that, we about to stroll him. Came back with his brother. I'm about to rumble. I'm like, I live for this. Like, I'm like,
the 1D.
Next thing I know, big brother had a gat. He tells his brother a gat. Oh, this what we on now? Like, oh shit, I ain't think he was gonna go there.
That's vicious, bro.
He got a gat like this. Bro got a gat. He told his little brother, shoot this bitch ass nigga. His little brother like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I was like, he's like, if you don't do it, I'm going to do that shit. So he's like, no, I don't want to do it. His little brother shaking with the gat like this. I was looking like, yo, that's the first time second time I felt helpless. Like in my life, I was like, yo, my life really inside somebody else's hands right now. Like, that shit made me feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt less than man that day. I'm only 16 around that time. I'm like, damn, my shit could have ended right there. Even when I was like younger, like shit, when I was like, how old was I? I was 11, shit, I got kidnapped before, like, on some like dead serious shit, like, and it's like, shit, like, it's like serious shit. I be like, damn, like, I could do a lot of shit for me to just like, damn, I'm so normal and shit. Like, I would like do a lot of shit. No. I would get in therapy and shit, like, to really talk about that for real.
Beneficial.
Yeah, that shit be deep, bro.
You gotta let that shit off your chest, and like, that shit can really build up and like harden you into it. Like you don't even know where your emotions coming from most of the time.
No, real shit, like
you like that, like damn, why I react so fast like that? And then you start thinking about you trying to process it, and you just look like, yo, I'm dealing with mad shit in my head right now, and then you just block it out. But another moment, emotions will spill right back to the top, like. So it's good to really like get like a therapist to try to air that shit out, or like a psychologist or somebody that can really be listening and tell you like some medical terms ain't gonna be that enlightened, but you like shit. At least it's a definition I could read and look into, do some research. To better yourself. So, like just finding someone to get to listen to you is really, really beneficial.
Well, Soulful family, until next time.